We were invited to a competition to reconstruct a dilapidated slaughterhouse in the center of Ostrava in the Czech Republic. The first time we saw the building, we were enchanted by it, but its condition was terrible. The walls were battered with random holes that had appeared there over the years. The bricks were very dirty, reflecting the industrial history of the city. The roofs had partly collapsed as well as some parts of the building. The conservators' guidelines were to brick up these holes as if they had never existed, and to clean the whole building and bring it back to its original state. However, we felt that the dirt and the holes testified to the history of the building, and so we were keen to add another layer to it. But before I tell you about the idea that came up here, I would like to go back a bit and show you two designs that influenced what happened at PLATO. The first of these is the Dialogue Center Przełomy, an underground museum whose entrances are hidden behind moving, rotating walls. Its undulating roof is not only a venue for various events, but the museum also holds exhibitions there. At some point I asked myself, what if this external exhibition could be connected directly to the exhibition inside? Since we have rotating walls at the entrances, why not make the floor of the square open and have a direct view of the art? Of course, this was no longer feasible because the realization had already been completed, but the idea was preserved in my mind. We managed to use it in the competition we won for the extension of the contemporary art gallery Bunker of Arts in Krakow. We did as we did in Szczecin and hid the building underground so as not to obscure the brutalist structure of the current Bunker of Arts. Since the building is underground and its roof is a square, let's make the square move up. That way, people casually passing by would have direct contact with the art inside. At first glance, what we can see here is an ordinary square in front of a building. However, when the roof rises, the artists have the opportunity to show passers-by what they are actually doing. We created an object that enabled unusual visual contact with art, but it was impossible to enter the exhibition directly. And it was this idea that we developed in the PLATO gallery concept. The first design step was to reconstruct the openings in the walls, as well as the roof and the building, which had collapsed, so as to show the contemporary interference. Therefore, all the new elements are made of concrete. Most importantly, however, these new concrete walls can rotate so that the galleries can directly connect with the outside world. Artists can go out into the city with their art, so to speak, and the space around becomes an additional exhibition space. The concrete infill, as well as the reconstructed building, retain the old ornamentation. In this way, we refer to the past. For the same reason, we have also the color of the dirty bricks and windows that reminds us of Ostrava's industrial identity. When the walls are closed, it's a classic gallery where the concrete gates act as standard wall for displaying art. It is only when they open up that the building acquires completely new exhibition possibilities. The boundaries between inside and outside are blurred, and art literally steps outside. During the construction phase, when all the complicated mechanisms of the revolving walls were being installed, we were increasingly alarmed about the state of our climate. We knew we had to respond to that somehow. So we decided that the square that surrounds the building doesn't need to be an exhibition space, and we decided to green it and fill it with permeable surfaces, tall plants and flower meadows. But we thought it would be worthwhile to green the roofs as well, however in such a way that the color of the greenery would match the dark brick color of the facade. We do feel that nowadays we have to fight for every square meter of greenery in our cities. The use of mobility has provided artists with completely new exhibition possibilities, while people passing by have a chance to encounter art. In this way, culture and knowledge, in their broadest sense, can become more democratic and accessible to new audiences.